And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Olive, Nina, and Esme. Olive, Nina, and Esme made Cinderella do all the chores. "Sweep the floors, wash the dishes," said Olive, Nina, and Esme. One day, the king of Onlyville's messenger said, hear ye, the king of Onlyville is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Singling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Olive said, he's going to marry me. Nina said, no way, Olive. He's going to marry me. Esme said, both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Singling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what is wrong. Why are you crying, Cinderella? She asks. Cinderella responds, I wanted her to go to the ball and marry Prince Singling, but I'm not welcome. The fairy godmother waved her wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! And then, Cinderella's chores are all done. But the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has one pumpkin. The fairy godmother waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! Again, and to turn Cinderella's do-rag and clothes into a gown. I've never seen such a wonderful gown. I get a load of my glass slippers, and then the pumpkin into a carriage drawn by 2 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Singling was wondering who he should marry. Olive, Nina, and Esme said all together, he's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Singling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Singling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled around Onlyville to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where her Cinderella and her stepsisters lived. He said, ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try this glass slipper? Olive is first, but her foot is too big. Nina is next, but her foot is too small. Esme is last, but her foot didn't fit either. Suddenly, Prince Singling noticed Cinderella singing. Cinderella said, Prince Singling, is that you? Prince Singling said, of course it's me. Cinderella gets so excited because she's having to have her Prince Singling back. And they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story before bed enters doors. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my video. Take care. Bye and good night, everybody. And now, Anna Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 5 ugly, mean stepsisters named Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi. Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi all together. One day, the king of Sevenville's messengers said, hear ye, the king of Sevenville is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Septupling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi argue over who will marry Prince Septupling later. Cinderella is so sad that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Septupling, while her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, why are you crying, Cinderella? Cinderella responds, I have lots of chores to be done. I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Septupling. Cinderella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. So she waves her magic wand. Because of that, Cinderella's chores are all done. But Cinderella's godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has 7 pumpkins. Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 7 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 14 strong horses. And then Cinderella ripped clothes into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, I've never seen such a septuple-tastic gown. And get a lot of my glass slippers, Cinderella's fairy godmother said. Have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everyone will change back to the way it was before. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Septupling said, who should marry me? Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi say all together, he's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Septupling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Septupling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So she traveled around Sevenville to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the home where Cinderella, Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi lived. But instead of Cinderella, Prince Septupling finds her 5 ugly, mean stepsisters. He then said, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper one by one? Sophia first, but her foot is too big. The rest is the same, but none of their feet fit. Suddenly, Prince Upling notices Cinderella sweet sweetly. The glass slipper fits! Cinderella and Prince Upling now live happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrew's Doers, and this is the 2835th episode of Andrew Does Everything. Hang on. And now I've been debating on making the Cinderella sequels. I could do that. So, if you want to see Cinderella 2 7 Dreams Come True, maybe I can do it a 7-episode tradition. And all of you, I hope you enjoyed this parody fairy tale about rags to riches. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And, oh, look at the time. And well, Andrew's Doers, if we time this video just right, and a few minutes later, wait for it. And if we can time this video just right, maybe I could still do it a 7-episode tradition, by the way. And then this video is 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And take care, Andrew's Doers. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and buy our merchandise too. And now, Andrew's Doers, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 19erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named 19erella. 19erella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie. Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie. They made 19erella do all the chores. 19er winch. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all. Said Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie all together. One day, the king of Non-Cumblingham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Non-Cumblingham is going to Frolball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Non-Coupling. But 19erella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They argue who will marry Prince Non-Coupling. Later, 19erella is so sad, doing chores that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Non-Coupling. While her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, 19erella? 19erella, in which responds, I got lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Non-Coupling. But her fairy godmother says, I can help with a bit of magic, and waves her magic wand. And because of that, 19erella's chores are all done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 19erella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 19-year-old has 19 pumpkins and some 38 mice. 19-year-old's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to transform the 19 pumpkins into a handsome coach and the 38 mice into strong horses. Then 19-year-old's ripped clothes into a gown and crown. 19-year-old said, "I've never seen such a non-couple-tastic gown. Get a load of my glass slippers." Her fairy godmother said, have fun, 19-year-old, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. 19-year-old accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince non-coupling was wondering who he should marry. Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Nellie said all together, "He's walking towards me!" But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 19-year-old. 19-year-old and Prince non-coupling dance happily together. But later, 19-year-old realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince non-coupling was really worried that he might never see 19-year-old again. So he traveled all around non-coupling to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. By the time he arrived, he knocked on the door of the home where 19-year-old and her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 19-year-old, he finds her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Nina to Natalie. He then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Nina is first." But her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince non-coupling noticed 19-year-old singing. The glass slipper fits! And 19-year-old gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince non-coupling back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. And I've been debating on making some sequels, Andrew's Doers, of 19-year-old. And so, if you want to see some sequels to 19-year-old, tell your friends about it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Internet Everything, and buy our merchandise at interneteverything.com, etc. And take care, Andrew's Doers. Bye. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents, for the 3,700 episode special, 37-year-old. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, in a faraway land called 37ville, there was a young woman named 37-year-old. 37-year-old had 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Irina, Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi. All 11 of them constantly made fun of 37-year-old and made her do all the chores. 37-er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Irina, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi. All together. One day, the king of 37ville's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye! The king of 37 is kind, wise, and by royal majesty is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Settertrigent-Tupling. Can I come as 37-Arella? But she's not invited. Her 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Yadina, Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi are. They ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball. Later, 37-Arella is so sad, distraught and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Settertrigent-Tupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and covers 37-Arella. There, now 37-Arella. I can help with a bit of magic. Nobody will know it's you. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 37-Arella's chores are all done. And then 37-Arella's clothes turn into a gown and crown. And sparkly glass slippers appear on her feet. 37-Arella said, I've never seen such a Settertrigent-Tupling-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers! But her fairy godmother is not done yet, she said. 37-Arella, go fetch me a pumpkin and your friends, the mice. Luckily, 37-Arella has 37 pumpkins and 74 mice. 37-Arella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 37 pumpkins into a handsome coach and the 74 mice into horses for the coach to draw on. 37-Arella is now off to the ball. Have fun, 37-Arella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to normal. And so, 37-Arella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Settertrigent-Tupling was wondering who he should marry. Wondering who to marry, son? Prince Settertrigent-Tupling asked the king of 37-ville, to which Prince Settertrigent-Tupling responds, yes, father. Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Yadina, Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, and Naomi ask him, but Prince Settertrigent-Tupling angrily denies their request. 37-Arella arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Settertrigent-Tupling sees her, walks straight towards her, and says, you must be 37-Arella. May I please have this dance? Prince Settertrigent-Tupling asks. Yes, Prince Settertrigent-Tupling, responds 37-Arella, and she and Prince Settertrigent-Tupling dance happily together. But later, 37-Arella realizes it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. The next day, Prince Settertrigent-Tupling and his father, the king of 37-ville, tried to find 37-Arella who captured Prince Settertrigent-Tupling's heart and brought the glass slipper she lost with them. By the time they arrived, Prince Settertrigent-Tupling knocked on the door of the house where 37-Arella and her 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsister lived. But instead of 37-Arella, they find her 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tasha to Naomi. Prince Settertrigent-Tupling then says, ladies, my father, the king of 37-ville, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you draw on these glass slipper? Tasha is first, but her foot is too big. Hannah is next, but her foot is too small. Nonsense! It fits, she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size either. Suddenly, the king of 37ville and Princess of Church of Toppling noticed 37ville singing. Your Majesty and Princess of Church of Toppling, is that you guys? She hollered excitedly. 37ville, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you! Will you marry Princess of Church of Toppling? Exclaimed the king of 37ville. And the glass slipper fits! And now, 37ville, the king of 37ville, and Princess of Church of Toppling live happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers, for the 3,700 episode special. Oh, I hope. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye.